Maybe, yeah. So, shall we start or we are waiting for anyone?
No, you can start.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. So, myself, Nikhil here. So, I'll be taking care of Servicenow ITSM as well as admin as well as development codes. So, with integrations. Yeah, let me introduce myself. First, so I have more than 11 years of experience in ServiceNow, so worked on various modules. Uh, and starting with ITSM, ITBM, ATF, CSM, HRSD. So as you might be knowing, so in ServiceNow, so we have different processes. So based on the modules. So yeah, so that's pretty about me. So we'll see more in detail. So once we start the session, yeah. So before starting, so can you maybe just tell me about yourself and what exactly you're looking for, and maybe if you have any prior experience in IT or if this is the first time.
Yeah, hi Nikhil. I'm
Yeah.
Rakesh.
Hi, Rakesh.
Yeah, I'm located in US right now. I'm pursuing my master's, so I want to start my career in service now. So
Okay.
that's the reason why I'm here right now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Rakesh. Yeah. Yeah,
Hi
Manish or
everyone.
yeah. Hi, Shravan.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm right now in Texas. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in OPT. So
Okay.
I'm looking for service now.
Okay. So you want to start your career with service now.
Mhm. Yes,
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
thank you.
Next. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Shravan. Yeah, I think Manish or maybe I don't see name.
Uh, Hi,
I
sir.
didn't
I am
consider. Yeah.
Manish.
Hi, Manish.
Uh, I completed my graduation and I'm in my OPT right now. And I here to join the service now. It's because of it's having an high demand in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all of you are from same university or different? Seems like everyone.
No,
I
sir.
think it's
I'm from
different. It's
different.
not same.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, different.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I can see others also join. Yeah. Maybe can you give me a brief introduction about it? I can see one more Nikhil as well.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah. Hi,
This is
hi,
Nikhil.
Nikhil.
Hi. Uh, right now I'm in last semester of my graduation. I'm staying in Connecticut and I'm from Bridgeport University.
Hmm.
Actually I heard a lot from for ServiceNow and there's good market for ServiceNow. So I just want to join in and just want to
Hmm.
explore.
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think yeah, so it's good to hear. So everyone is moving to ServiceNow and want to know what exactly it does. So let me share my screen. So let me give you brief intro. So what exactly is ServiceNow and why there is a high demand in the market. So mainly, so ServiceNow is a cloud-based tool. So as we all know, so cloud-based is nothing but so it is hosted somewhere in the database. So like we can access directly in our browser. So you don't need any application or maybe which need some external application needs to be installed. So we don't need all those. So you can just browse it from maybe any browser. So it might be Safari or Google Chrome or Edge, whatever it is. So that is a main important uh, thing about service now. So you don't need to install any application. And next one is so we can automate all the enterprise operations. So mainly, or we can call it as a ITSM as well. So ITSM is nothing but IT service management. So that is nothing but if you take any company, so let's talk about Microsoft. So now, so under Microsoft, so there will be lakhs of employees. So, and that lakhs of employees might be having any issues related to IT. So that might be starting with laptop repair, or maybe they were not able to access some application, or maybe they need some extra access to access any file, or maybe they are having some issue with their internet in office, whatever the IT issue, or maybe not only issue, so it might be a request as well. Let's say new employee joined, so he need a laptop. So that also comes under IT. So all these will be part of ITSM, IT service management. So how we can automate all the processes. So that we call it as a enterprise operations. So that might be a laptop related issues, or maybe laptop request, or maybe access related issues, or maybe you need to uh, create a new service as a company. So uh, let's speak about the company point of view. So now, like high scale companies, so like maybe let's say there are more than 10,000 employees. So now, in order to manage this 10,000 employee requests, right? So whatever the functionality, so in order to maintain the uh, queries which they are raising, so we need to have many employees. So those needs to be resolved. So in order to, yeah, hi Archie.
Hi.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so in order to resolve those queries within time, right, so it will be very hard so if there is no particular process, or maybe if there is no automation in the back end. So let's say on an average, so if you in Microsoft we are getting a daily 1,000 queries, or maybe 1,000 tickets. So if there is no process in the back end, so for automating, right? So for routing that to particular group, or maybe for one query, so there will be multiple teams involvement. Let's talk about maybe requesting a laptop. So let's say if you are the new employee and you are going to join a company, so now on day one, so in order to start your work, right? So first thing you need is maybe access, or maybe laptop. So in order to have a laptop, so there will be multiple teams involvement. And so starting with your manager approval, and then it will be going to procurement team, and then it may go to configurations team, so where they'll be configuring your laptop, and then it may go to logistics team, so they'll be delivering or maybe handing over laptop to logistics, or like vendor who will be going to deliver that product to you. So if you see, so there are multiple teams involvement, right? So that how we'll be automating that. So there will be in between. So we need to send notifications as well. So if manager rejects, what needs to happen? So if manager approves, what needs to happen? So in between, you also needs to be aware. So what is going on with your order? So let's say if you're ordering a product from Amazon, so however we'll be receiving emails, right? Let's say this is a product which you have ordered, so this is a price, so it will be going to deliver in next 2 days. So you will be aware as an end user. So similarly in ServiceNow as well, let's say if I am the new user or new employee who is going to join a company, so then if I or my manager or maybe HR partner raise a laptop request, so I need to know all the details as an end user. But in the back end, so a lot of things will be happening, right? So like as we discussed those steps, right? So starting with uh, manager approval. So if he really need a laptop or not. So if he is eligible for that role or not. So if that is fine, so manager will be approving it. So once approved, so which group or which team we need to transfer it. So that might be procurement team or logistics team. So once they procure, so how it needs to go to next team. So how they would know. So how we'll be identifying that correct group. So if there is no process which is defined in the backend, right? So it may take, in order to deliver your product, it may take nearly 10 days. But if we have a streamlined process and automation in the backend, so we can complete all the steps in within 1 day. So that is what exactly ServiceNow will be doing in the backend. So using ServiceNow, so we can automate all the enterprise operations. So not only the example which we discussed, so whatever the operation you take, let's say as an employee, so now I need to report an issue. So for some reason, so I'm not able to access an applications which I have access till today. So somehow I'm not able to access. So I need to report that. So someone should be looking, right? So who will be looking that? So which team is responsible for that? So let's say I'm not able to access Workday application. So who is the owner of that application? So who will be going to work on my query? So whatever the issue which I have raised, and let's say if it is impacting multiple users, so how will ServiceNow will make sure so that should be resolved within a certain timeline. So let's say if it is impacting throughout all the company, so because since most of the users were affected, right? So that should be resolved like maybe within 1 day or maybe 2 days, right? Because like impact is huge. So how would ServiceNow doing that in the backend? Or maybe how ServiceNow will be tracking timelines? Let's say if it is a P1 ticket. So P1 is nothing but which is impacting more number of users. So if you see like in uh, uh, real time. So somewhere you'll be hearing, right, like all Microsoft applications is down, or maybe whole internet services are down. So like most of the users in particular town, so they were not able to access internet. So who will be reporting that, and how it is categorized as more number of users were impacted. So that is where this service now comes into picture. So let's say if it is impacting to only one user, so then it is not a big deal, right? So we can make it maybe solve P1 first. P1 is nothing priority one. So that means like which is impacting more number of users. So let's say if it is impacting only 2 to 3, so then with that we can call it as a P2. So maybe we can solve it in 4 to 6 hours, something like that. Or maybe if it is a low priority, maybe P3 or P4 or whatever it is. So then maybe we can take 2 to 3 days. So this same you will be able to see in most of the industries. So not only in internet or maybe any warranties, or let's say maybe if you see, maybe let's talk about mobile phones. So now, if you have any issue which is identified inside OS or maybe laptop, whatever it is. So let's say if there is an issue, so users were not able to turn on their laptops after an upgrade. So if you see, I think a few months back, so there is an issue reported in Windows laptops, right? So after some installing some application by some third-party application, so all the laptops were down. So they were seeing some blue screen. So in order to address that, right, because the issue happened or the impacted users is high throughout the world. So that means it is a major issue. So how they are tracking that, and how they are solving within hours, and how they are moving that up whatever the changes which they have done throughout all the applications, and how they are moving to prod. So this is where ServiceNow comes into picture. So from tracking time and validating that and moving it to production, so ServiceNow will be taking care of that. So in IT itself, so we have something called change management and problem management and incident management. So these three modules are core modules in ITSM. So incident management is nothing but if you got any issue, so how you'll be reporting that and where it will be tracked. So that will be tracked inside incident management. And change management is nothing but so the example which we discussed, right? So if there is any issue, so how you will be moving that to production or maybe go live. So how you are making that product live. So once validating everything, so that will be tracked under change management. So let's say, so if you see, so we'll be getting regular updates in our mobile, right? So it might be an application or it might be a OS. So before coming to us, so there might be where number of testing going on in the backend. So after passing everything, so then only it will be released to end users, right? So it might be an application or it might be a OS or it might be any third party application or whatever it is. So how they'll be tracking that? So that will be coming under change management. And next thing we have is problem management. So what is problem management? So if let's say you got an issue, let's say if I'm the employee under Microsoft. So I reported an issue saying that so this Dell some model number laptops were restarting automatically. So I'll be creating an incident. So agent will be working on it, and maybe agent found some issue with the file, and he has fixed it. So it is working fine. But maybe after 10 days, so the issue pop up again, same issue. So again, I reported it, or maybe not. Okay, so not mine this time. Maybe different user. Again, the issue same different user faced. So he reported it. So they fixed it again. Maybe after 1 month, again the issue reported again. So if you see the same issue keep on popping up again, right? So that is where this problem management comes into picture. So if there is a repetitive issue, so how we can fix it permanently? And what is RCA? So what is a root cause analysis? So from why we are getting repeatedly, even though it is fixed. So if it is a workaround, or maybe if there is a fix available, or maybe if it might be related to some upgrades or whatever it is. So those kind of things will be tracked under problem management. So this, and we have request management as well. So request management is nothing but so whatever the request. So uh, let's say maybe you need access to some application, or maybe you need a Azure account, or maybe AWS account, or maybe you need a Udemy login details in order to maybe upskill yourself. So they can't directly provide Udemy account, right? So there maybe they may need your manager approval, and then cost center details and how much it is charged, whether it is monthly or maybe yearly. So what type of courses you'll be needing access. So these kind of things, right? So it is not, so if you want to go with a manual process, so it may take 1 or 2 days, right? And that is for only one employee. But let's say if there are thousands or maybe lakhs of employees, so it will be very hard to maintain, right? So that is where this request management comes into picture. So in request management, so once the request is submitted, let's say I am the end user. So now I am submitting a request saying that I need a Udemy account, so where I can learn courses and I can upskill myself. So now, so backend, so they may need to reach out to maybe Udemy vendor. So and you'll be giving payment details and email details and everything, right? So that will happening in the backend. But how it is happening? So how we can limit the manual process? So the main idea of ServiceNow is to decrease the manual process. So whichever the process you take, it might be incident or maybe request management or maybe any other processes, all the IT related processes. So we are speaking about ITSM here. So in ITSM, whatever the process we have, so how we are decreasing the time, and how we are so uh, how we are saving time. So company perspective, so that is where revenue will be generated, right? So if you're decreasing time spent on particular ticket, so they may need less number of agents, and it can be streamlined. So because we are automating it, so there won't be many manual processes which gets involved, so it will be very easy to track as. So that is where ServiceNow comes into picture. So in ServiceNow, so the main idea of ServiceNow is to do as many of enterprise operations. So we'll be automating those. So this is at high level. So any questions or queries you have till now?
Clear,
Anything?
Nikhil.
Mhm. Okay. So, yeah, in our code, so we'll be discussing admin as well as development uh, in ITSM module. So, as we see, right, what is ITSM? So, IT service management. So, we'll be covering admin, development, as well as integrations as well, like how we can integrate with any application. So, what are the methods available inside ServiceNow? And also we'll be seeing, as you might be knowing, so in ServiceNow, so we'll be using JavaScript. Like most of the JavaScript functionalities, so we'll be using inside ServiceNow, and we have our own APIs as well, like inbuilt ServiceNow APIs. So how we'll be using with the help of JavaScript. So we'll be having maybe a couple of sessions or maybe more than that on JavaScript. So whenever we start scripting, so it would be very easy. So if we learn JavaScript before, so like basic functionalities, let's say how we can create a variable, so how you'll be calling that, or maybe how we can create a function, or maybe how you'll be calling that from a different function, or how you can create a object, or how you can uh, call an array. So these things, so we'll be seeing that. So since JavaScript is widely used in ServiceNow, so but we have our own APIs as well. But how you'll be incorporating those APIs into using this JavaScript variables or maybe objects. So that will be also saying inside this course. So in detail, so you may got a PDF file curriculum, or maybe if not, so I will ask uh, institute to send the document. So it will be containing detailed steps, like what are the topics which we are going to cover. So starting with admin, development, and integrations. So you'll be able to see all those in detail. I think so we'll be taking sessions every Monday, right? So I think that is what I know. So we'll start with uh, maybe, so once we got confirmation, so whatever the time is feasible, I think time I got is 8:15 a.m. So I think that's 15 minutes from now for our regular classes. But yeah, so that uh, maybe you'll be getting confirmation as well. So on those timings and topic wise, so you'll be getting that if not yet. So those are the topics which we are going to cover. So they in the document, so you'll be able to see in detail. So let's say here we are spoken about the admin, right? So in admin, what are the topics we have? Let's starting with table creation, fields, and user administration, roles, groups, and everything. And how we can import data, or how we can create a new catalog item, or how a workflow will be created. So again, under development as well, like how we can implement a workflow from scratch, how we can write a script. So how we can create a UA policy, business rules, scripting tools. So everything will be listed under that PDF. So you can just go through that. And yeah, any questions?
Nikhil, can you explain me about the both, I mean, the definitions of incident and change, problem and request management?
Yeah, we have seen discussed, right? Incident is nothing but, so if there is an issue, I need to report it. So where I will be reporting it? So that is nothing but incident management. So let's say my laptop is not working, or maybe I'm not able to restart my laptop. So that is an issue. So that is nothing but incident. And
Okay.
change. So change is nothing but, so let's say if there are any development activities, or maybe if you want to do an server upgrade. or maybe first what is we'll be following agile methodology, right? So first we'll be doing in development and then test and then UAT and then prod. So you'll be doing that inside dev and then moving to test, and where testers will be testing that, and then UAT stakeholders will be validating that, and then to prod. So how it will be tracked? So that is with this change management and problem. So this incident and problem will be same, but in problem, so here we'll be discussing about only repetitive incidents. So as we discussed, right, let's say if there is an issue which keep on popping up again and again, so how we can fix it permanently? So that will be discussed in problem management.
Mhm.
So like
Okay.
multiple similar incidents are nothing but problem management.
Okay.
And request management. So name itself says that request. So if you are going to request anything, so that will be coming under request management. So that might be access to a folder, or that might be access to some application, or maybe you need a Wi-Fi router, or maybe laptop, or maybe you need some uh, account to some application, or maybe you need LinkedIn premium license, or whatever it is, whatever the request it is, so that will be tracked under request management.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah. So and yeah, so you'll get the documentation as well. Okay, initial, like we'll starting with our own instance creation. So where you'll be going to do your own activity. So that is unique to everyone. You just need to have a valid email ID. So you don't need to spend any money on that. So the only prerequisite is you need to log in at least once in 10 days. So we'll be starting with instance creation, and where whatever the topics which we are going to cover, we'll be giving some assignments as well. So where you can do practice in that instance, and you'll be getting good exposure, and we'll be sharing documentation as well. So initially 1 to 2 or maybe 2 to 3 sessions. So those are all the basic one. So um, so once we are done with that, so once everything is ready, so whatever the topics which we are going to cover, so you'll be receiving PDF documentation as well. So you can keep it for a reference. So if you have any questions or maybe any doubts, so you can obviously reach out to us, or maybe you can refer to the document as well. And yeah, so once the course has been completed, so yeah, so we'll help with uh, resume preparation, as well as if anyone is interested in doing certification, so we'll be providing you certification documentation as well, like previous asked questions and what are the topics that will be there inside that. So we'll be giving you maybe interview previously interview asked questions. In between only we'll be covering mostly, like let's say if you are talking about some particular functionality, let's say catalog items. So while discussing that, so yeah, I'll be telling you, okay, so these are the type of questions you may get in interview and how you can answer them. So we'll be covering inside the topic as well, but at last we'll be sharing the documentation as well. Yeah, so I think that's it from my side. Yeah, so now yeah, maybe we can have a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, so related to the topics which we covered, or maybe any questions outside of that. So regarding, I think opportunities, most of you are already aware, right? So since it is widely used in all the companies, yeah, obviously, like openings will also be high, but you need to be ready. So whatever the topics which we are going to learn, so yeah, so we'll be giving assignments. So you need to have maybe just spend maybe 1 or 2 hours on daily basis. So whatever the topics which you are going to cover, so it will be very easy. So you'll be having good exposure. So the more you get into the system, so it will be good. So whatever the questions you are getting right, so you will be in a good position to answer them. Any questions?
Yeah, however, the future of this, Nikhil, I mean, the service now. I mean,
Uh,
how much it gonna affect with the AI? I mean, as
no,
all know that AI.
AI is already implemented, so it keep on evolving. So ServiceNow is spending more time or more money as well on AI implementation. So even if you see, like, some of the AI is already implemented. So let's say if you're searching with some keyword, so it will be giving you the results, and maybe assignment of auto assigning of tickets to some particular team. And there are many places like where AI implemented, and in coming releases as well. So like ServiceNow will be releasing yearly two versions. So for every release, so they keep on evolving themselves in the market. So by implementing AI capabilities.
Oh, I
So at least
mean,
I think maybe for 10 to 15 years. So I think there is no looking back for ServiceNow, because if you see last 10 years, so the market share of ServiceNow is hardly maybe 15 to 20% we can say. So it is gradually growing. So in ITSM market, right? So now it holds nearly more than 70%.
mhm.
So at
So,
least I think
Nikhil,
for. Mhm.
I have a quick question on overall training, right? So I think I joined a bit late, and so this
Sure.
training you're mostly going to cover admin, ITSM, and development, right?
Yes. With
Uh,
integrations here.
oh yeah, integration was my next question. So which will have scripting and all, right?
Yes. No, in development as well, we'll be having scripting. Yeah, obviously
Okay.
in integrations as well. So in here we'll be using JavaScript, and we'll be covering a couple of sessions, so where you'll be getting to know basic functionalities. So because you don't need to be a core JavaScript developer for do scripting inside ServiceNow, because we have our own APIs, but just to explore like what are the basic functionalities within JavaScript, so it would be very easy.
Okay. And are you also going to cover some of the aspect like playbook and all? I don't know, it is a part of ITSM or outside ITSM, but playbook and all like are some of the advanced topic in the service now, right? So will you be
Playbook, I didn't get it. What is playbook?
so playbook is similar kind of a guided screen that is being built, right? So in couple of my project, right, the requirements are like we have to build a guided screen for the customer. So playbook,
Okay, so that playbook is nothing but a graphical representation, right? So like step by step, like my kind of
correct,
flow diagram.
correct,
No, that is
correct,
just
correct.
for like non-technical or maybe stakeholder. So when you so here we speak and right, like for request management, so we'll be having workflow like step by step
Mhm.
procedure. Let's say if manager approves, so what will be going to happen? So if manager rejects, what will going to happen? So once you created that workflow, right? So we'll be having an option so for graphical representation. So that we call it as a playbook. So that is
Okay,
just a
okay.
document. So yeah, we can
No,
just
I think that
extract. Hmm.
okay. So maybe when I join and we can talk more. So it's not about graphical. So if you installed ITSM, I don't know if it is an ITSM or not, but if it is there in FSM module for sure, the financial services module, right?
Field
So
service management.
field services and even the financial services. So there are if you go to similar to the flow
Flow
designer,
designer.
right? Flow designer, there you will see something called playbook out of the box is being there.
No, no, that is
Uh,
what I mentioned, right? So that we call it as a request management. So in
got
flow
it,
designer
got it,
only, you will be giving all those steps. So if manager approves, what happens? Or
got
maybe
it,
when
got
you
it,
need to send notification. So when you need to create a task, with which group you
got
need to create. So you'll
got
be
it,
having a
got it.
playbook button over there. So once you configure flow designer and everything, so you can just click on playbook. So it will be giving you a graphical representation. So maybe we can see more in detail. So
Got it.
when we are discussing about that request management.
And when you cover the flow design and all, right, you can also give us some of the scenario for us to try
Yes.
uh, because low code is a lot of like a lot of things are going to build in the low code only, right? So I know you will cover some of the aspect, but you can give additional tasks
Yes.
for us to do on our own, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, on like whatever the topics which we are going to cover, yeah. So we'll be giving you the scenarios as well, like where you can try and exposure yourself.
Okay. And I did not get initially what is the so it is going to be a daily batch or weekly? How is the
No,
class going to
it is
be?
a daily, Monday to Friday. So timings, so 8:15 a.m. IST.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think
Okay.
maybe somewhere around 9 to 10 your time.
Okay. Okay. Um, and duration will be how long?
So
Duration?
duration, I think it may take 40 days or more than that, depending
Okay.
upon the
Close to 1 month. Okay,
Mhm.
1.5 month.
Yeah, more
Okay.
than 1 month. 40,
Okay. Oh,
45 days. It may take more as well, like depending upon like how the questions are being asked and how we are looking into those, right? So it may take maybe plus or minus 5. Yeah. So it may, maybe you can think of 45 days.
okay. Okay. I'm good. Thank you, Nikhil. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking your questions. Yeah, any more questions? Anything. So not only related to this, so whatever the questions you have, maybe outside of
Uh,
service now as well.
Hi, Nikhil.
Hey, hi,
Are
Nikhil.
you going to provide any instance or how are we going to practice?
No, we are going to create it. So as I told you, right? So you just need to have a email ID. So I will be giving you step by step. So in our first session, so that will be our first session. So
Okay.
I will give you like how we can request for an instance. You don't need to pay anything. So you just need to have a valid email ID. So once instance is created, yeah, so we can do our practice in that.
Okay. Can we access that every day?
Every day, yes.
Yeah.
The only prerequisite we have is so you need to at least log in once in 10 days. So if you're not logging in continuous 10 days, so that instance will be revoked by service. So all the work you have
Okay.
done, so that will be lost.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're logging in daily or maybe once in 2 days or 3 days, so that will be fine. So that it will look something similar to this. So if you see, hope you can see my screen.
Yeah.
So this is a unique instance which is provided to me. So if in your case you are going to log in or maybe sign up with your email ID, so this unique number will be different. So they will be alerting you a new dev instance so where we can do our practice.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no issues. Yeah. Any more questions?
I also have one question. So,
Mhm.
do we have any certification in the integration space?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so this will help ITSM admin, of course, development and also in the
No,
integration
by
space.
so by completing this course, so it will be for useful for three certifications. So one is CSA, so that is Certified System Administrator. So one is CAD, Certified Application Developer, and CAS ITS. That CAS is nothing but Certified Implementation Specialist in ITS. So these three you can do with the help of
Okay,
this course.
okay. But not the integration, right? I know you will touch integration, but it will not be
Yes.
deep into the. Okay,
No. So integration is an integration specialist. So we have many certifications related to that, but that's a total into integrations.
I agree. I agree. And how much of JavaScript knowledge you expect for this course for the
Yeah,
development
as I
side?
said, right, you that is not a prerequisite which you need to have as mandatory, but yeah, so maybe we can say 20% is more than enough. So,
Got
but that will be covering inside our session. So yeah, so you don't need to worry about that. Because
got
if you go and learn JavaScript, right? So you'll be a JavaScript developer, not ServiceNow
mm.
developer. So here
Correct,
we
correct.
learn whatever we need for ServiceNow. So not more than
Mm.
that.
And with
And
this development, right, Nikhil, I'm just trying to be very open and I'm trying to understand what I can get. Will I be able to learn, especially debugging and all in the, um, uh,
yes,
it's like,
debugging, yeah. So debugging, like we can say, it's between admin and development, right? So you're not a
Correct.
admin and you're not a developer. So
Correct.
that is where this debugging
Correct.
comes into picture. So we are learning more than that. So you'd be
Okay.
able to, once we complete this, right, you'd be able to create your own functionalities.
Okay.
So not only debugging, yeah. Yeah, debugging will obviously there. So I think we have one or two sessions specifically for debugging. So like client side debugging and server side debugging. So whenever we are discussing those functionalities, so we have certain methods in client side and certain methods for server side inside our ServiceNow course.
Mm,
So that we'll see like how we can debug and what are the methods available or what are the APIs which we can use and how we can drive that.
and from when do we plan to start this course?
Yeah, so I think once we got confirmation, right? So maybe within this week or maybe
This
coming
week.
week, yes. Yeah. So we are open to that. So maybe once everyone is confirmed, yeah, so we may get exact date.
And another request, is it possible to make the class from 9 a.m. IST or by any chance?
9 a.m. IST is fine, but yeah, I think everyone is to agree.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe, yeah.
what
So
my
maybe
request is.
institute, yeah. So like someone from the institute will be reaching out to you guys, maybe depending upon the inputs from you. Yeah. So uh we will set some dates which is suitable for everyone.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Nikhil. Very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So what is your name? I don't see your name over
My name is
here.
Rupesh. Rupesh.
Rupesh. Okay. Yeah. Nice questions, Rupesh. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah, okay then. So if we don't have any questions, yeah, so we can end our call here. So it's nice speaking to everyone. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Nikhil.
Nikhil.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.